Good morning, guys.
Morning.
It's Friday, the 21st of December 2018, and the time of recording is 9:56 AM. And yes, it's nearly Christmas, isn't it, dear? Teresa's gone and put earrings in and a hat on.
Little
and
penguins.
you're enjoying it, aren't you?
A little bit.
She can't wait. Okay, so the other day, I'm trying to think what day it is, Friday today. Okay, so on Wednesday, my mobile rang and it says withheld number, and I knew that was the hospital. And I thought, uh-oh. So that was my MS nurse, and it would appear I'm a bit of a mystery, a bit of a medical mystery, I think. I don't know where to start, really. So
The results of your scans.
yeah. So she was ringing with the results. I'd previously had, a few weeks ago, I'd previously had an MRI of my brain. They did discover one, thank you very much, but it was completely clear. No MS activity in there at all whatsoever. But I've never had MS activity in my brain. I've never got any sort of MS symptoms. Are you all right?
I'm having a hot one. Sorry,
dear.
everybody.
Okay. Do you want me to edit that bit out?
No.
So, no MS activity in the brain at all whatsoever. But I never have done. I've never had that. And then 4 or 5 weeks ago, I had a full MRI scan of my spine, which was interesting. That was about 50 minutes in the scanner. Fun and games that was, but it was actually okay. I got through it okay. And she rang on Wednesday with the results. Completely clear. Absolutely no lesions whatsoever. Nothing visible showing up at all. We were actually blown away. And I still am. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with that. But that kind of throws my diagnosis up in the air a little bit, I think. Don't we?
We know.
You know, so I'm thinking, well, what the hell's going on? What the hell's wrong with me then? Because quite clearly, I can't walk very well, and my mobility is dipping again now, quite considerably. I'm not very good again. It's quite clear that things are becoming more difficult. So I had a chat with my MS nurse, and it was quite a long conversation actually. And the only thing left to do, and I knew it was coming to this, and I'd got a feeling nothing would show up on my spinal scan, and I knew that those two words, lumbar puncture or spinal tap, were going to come up, and they did. And the only way forward is to have a spinal tap and to test my spinal fluid for these O bands. I can't remember exactly the word, these onychological bands. I'm pretty sure I've got the pronunciation wrong of that. They're testing for inflammation in my nervous system by testing my CSF, or my cerebral spinal fluid. And she said to me that over the last 5 years, since my MS diagnosis in 2013, so I did legitimately get an MS diagnosis, over the last 5 years there should definitely be some inflammation showing up in my spinal fluid. So, but as I also thought, if I don't go through with a spinal tap, the lumbar puncture, and if I don't have the results they're looking for, they can't treat me for MS.
No.
Can you actually believe that? I'm absolutely stunned. You know, so I was hoping to go on ocrelizumab, which is a monoclonal antibody. It basically knocks out the CD20 immune cell. I believe it's a B cell, and it suppresses my immune system and hopefully allows my body to get better. Now the thing is, my MS, I've got a bit of a trend going. So I will have steroids. So for example, I had steroids on the 10th September, which was my birthday, and then I'm quite poorly for a few weeks, and then slowly I get better and I get better. And if you've looked at some of my previous videos, you'll see some examples of my walking. I've not walked like that for 18 months. So things got really, really much better, but then the plateau has now, I believe the plateau is now finished, and I'm tipping off the edge again. I definitely think so. Do you?
Nose diving. Because
I can, after being sat down on the settee watching TV for an hour or so, I can stand up and I literally can't move. I can't even turn on the spot because I'm so wobbly I'll fall over. So I have to have my crutches nearby, or Teresa helps me. So I definitely know, and I've not been like that for a while, but I definitely know I'm sort of falling off the end again. But I keep digressing, sorry. I've got a lot to take in over the last, from that conversation. So yes, basically, if I don't go through the spinal tap, the lumbar puncture, and if the results aren't what they're looking for, I think they're going to throw my diagnosis out the window.
Yeah, she said they're going to scratch the heads, didn't they?
Yeah. I says, and what if it does come back negative and clear? And she didn't know. She says, well, we're basically back to the drawing board. They're going to be scratching the heads. They don't know what's wrong with me. But I mean, a lumbar puncture, as I always say, a lumbar puncture, there's no definitive diagnosis for MS. They diagnose MS with lots of little jigsaw pieces, lumbar puncture being one of them, imaging, so spinal imaging, brain imaging, blood tests, and also a clinical diagnosis. So they physically just diagnose you. They get you to, I'm pretty sure you've been through a neurological exam where they get you to do this, touch your nose, touch their hand, and you lift your legs and see how far you can walk and all that sort of stuff. That's a clinical diagnosis. So they put all these pieces together, plus they take a history, and they say, well, yeah, we think it's MS, or we'll give you that diagnosis. My MS was diagnosed with imaging because I had lesions showing up on my scans back in 2013. I had a lesion showing up on my cervical in my neck, cervical spine, and my thoracic spine, neither of which are showing now. Nothing. There's nothing there. She says everything's completely clear. There's no lesions, nothing at all. I just can't believe it.
Amazing.
I'm thrilled to bits about it, but I still want to know what's the matter with me. I can't, clearly I can't walk, and
we're
very
just going to
mobile.
have to take it one step at a time.
Yeah. So what's happening now is I'm waiting. I said to my MS nurse, I says, well, look, I feel very uncomfortable about having a lumbar puncture, very uncomfortable, and she knows that as well, but I can't move forward without it. So I've decided I'm going to have to go through the procedure. So guys, I'm very, very nervous about this, and I'm very, very worried. If anybody has gone through that procedure, I would be very grateful if you could just let me know how it went in the comments below. I'd be very grateful, because I'm waiting for an appointment to come through now with a letter basically for this procedure, and I'm going to have to go through with it because I want to know. I want to know anyway. I want to know the results. I want to find out.
We do.
So yeah, so I was hoping that this would wait until after Christmas and New Year, but it hasn't done. So it's I'm trying to put it to the back of my mind, but it's pretty much all I can think about at the moment. Right.
Don't worry, Chuck.
No, I'm all right.
I'll be with you. Well, not when they're doing the thing, but...
Well, I don't know.
I'm with you.
I don't know if you'll be allowed to be there or not. It's,
I don't think so.
No.
It's a procedure.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's it for this one. I said I'd update you when we know anything. So that's what this video is about. Thanks for all your support, as always. And
it means a lot.
Yeah, it does mean a lot. And I do, like I say, I always read every comment. I always respond to everybody. As I will do this time as well. I'm looking forward to hearing about experiences with this the lumbar puncture. I know I could look it up on YouTube and watch videos on it, but quite honestly, I don't want to. Not before it. I just don't want to. So
Yeah.
got my head in the sand a little bit with that one.
Well, if that helps you cope, darling.
No, I'm not going to. I don't want to see it.
No.
I might look it up afterwards, but not before.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So, until our next video with more info about what we don't know, we'll say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. All the best for New Year.
Yes.
Bye for now.
Bye.